So now, would you please tell us a bit about, as an overview before we dive in, your program and why you decided to create it?
Well, some of the things that you all said, they're so common, and they're not just with people when they're starting out. They can be with people when they've been doing this for a really long time. And as I said, I embraced it from the start and loved it. I think I was very fortunate to have been comfortable in working with people. That was definitely a big plus. But what I saw from the time I did my training was there were some people who were just petrified. And I thought, well, we've had the same training. So I taught the course, because the course I actually think is extraordinarily good. Like, I think KC is where I did my training, and I think more than what they teach you, you actually can't teach. You just have to practice and find your own feet. But I think the difference between me and other people was the fact that I was very confident in bringing in the other things I knew. Some people were very structured, very, no, this is the way to do it. And the minute they thought they were doing something wrong, or the minute, they were kind of going outside of that, they got scared. The other thing I saw is there's a lot of comparison that goes on. They'll have somebody in their mind, and that's what a kinesiologist is. And if I'm not like that, then I'm not a kinesiologist.
Yeah.
So I think something that I very quickly did was I just started doing me.
Yeah.
And I've always been very confident in doing me, because I don't even know what I'm going to do in that session, so how can anyone else do that?
Yeah.
It's not about kinesiology, it's about you. I cannot say that enough. And that is why no matter how long you've been doing it, you can do it for 15 years, you will still be saying, I'm not very confident, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. Because it's
that old chestnut. I'm not ready. We're
not ready. And then, but I'm not ready then turns into I'm not ready to expand, I'm not ready to be on my own, I'm not ready to get 2 days a week, I'm not ready to do the workshops. Yeah. It's whatever you're facing now will not change throughout your career. And the other thing is that nothing is going to make you feel competent if you yourself don't decide that you are competent. There is no one thing that's going to happen where you're suddenly going to go, oh, I'm competent now. I mean, that fear doesn't go away. No. That fear just comes every time you're going to do something new, every time you're going to take a step up, it's along for the ride. And the thing you and I are really different in how we actually work.
Yeah.
And yet we both are confident in our work, and yet we're both kinesiologists. So that in itself is an example that we have the same training, but yet we do it very differently, because you do it your way and I do it my way. And the reason why we feel comfortable is because you do it your way and I do it my way.
Yeah.
So my course is in 3 parts. The first part really focuses on the practitioner. It's called the practitioner and your why. Because what I discovered was that a lot of people's definition of practitioner is actually so huge and extensive that you're never going to meet your own definition of what a practitioner is. Like, you've got practitioner up there, like until you're kind of floating around in the lotus position, you're not going to consider yourself to be like, a competent practitioner. So focusing on what is your definition of practitioner, and having a realistic one, and then how aligned is that to you? And so your why do I want to do this work? And starting to get a sense of, what is my why? Like, what do I want to bring to people? Because the other thing I've noticed is that people finish this course and then they go, I have to find my thing. That's my thing, I've got to find my thing. And then you talk, they go, oh no, I think that's my thing. No, I think kids are my thing. No, I think allergies are my thing. No, I think depression's my thing. It's my thing.
I must find my niche. I must find my niche.
If you're looking for it, it's not your thing.
Yes.
So what we also start to do in that session is we start to look, what have been the patterns in your life? What kind of things have come up? Usually it's the painful stuff, and usually it's the stuff you feel extraordinarily incompetent in. The stuff where you go, oh my God, I'm, whatever, is generally what life keeps teaching you Because in the learning of it, in the sharing of it, that's your thing to do. That's your individual thing to do. It's why it keeps coming up. And it's okay not to have mastered it before you start teaching it. Great point, Amanda. You are bigger than your discipline. You are bigger than kinesiology. And if you try to make yourself small and fit in it, you're not going to get the joy from it. So your why shouldn't just be about why am I doing. It's like your whole why with your life.
Yeah.
What's my why?
Yeah.
And then the second class is all about your how, and it's the client and the session, because your how is different to my how, is going to be different to each one of yours. And I want you to be able to embrace your talents and your passions and bring them to the client. Yeah, sure, you tailor it. Sure, you're going to, look, my thing, I can't look at anything without it being bigger picture and spiritual. I knew from the word go, I am not going to let people sit down and pretend this is about their leg. I just can't do it. I'd shoot myself now. So that I do that, but I do it in their comfort level with it. Well, actually, no, that's a lie.
I was going to say, I don't believe that for a second.
But I do it in the language that they respond to, or in the concept that they respond to. I mean, you have to find their currency and use that. But I always honour who I am in a session, and I honour who they are, and that's the whole point of the second class. So part 3 is your unique business, which is your what. And the thing is, at the start, you might think, well, my what is one-on-one kinesiology. But the more you allow it to be unique, the more you bring your passions and your talents in, the more once you know your why and your how, that is my thing. So my thing is connected, empowered, at peace. When you're connected, which is what's missing whenever there's any issue, we're disconnected. When we're connected, that's the only way to be fully empowered, and then we're at peace. Now, that's not going to be your thing, because that's my thing. So you don't even need to write that down. But that's my why. My how is definitely words. Very difficult to shut me up. Definitely reading. I love books. I love reading. I love hiking, and I love words. So I do a book club. I do hikes. I do workshops. If my what was kinesiology, it would never have expanded into that. And then your business isn't unique. Then you're constantly looking at other people and going, oh, hang on. Because really, in our world, because we know a lot of kinesiologists, there's a lot of kinesiologists, and your brain can say to you, oh my God, there's so many of them. And we're all doing the same thing. And how are we all going to work out 3 days a week or whatever, how are we all going to see? When you focus on what am I doing, how do I want to do it, and I'm going to do it uniquely my way, then you don't have to worry about anyone. Because like you said at the start, the thing that's missing is you. You're missing, and you've been learning something your whole entire life, and kinesiology is just a little compliment that you carry in your bag and you whip it out every now and again. But what you're really doing is you. So that's the third one, is about being very conscious about how you communicate, being very aligned, and then creating something from what you've discovered about yourself, and feeling comfortable that can look like however it's going to look like. It doesn't have to look a particular way.